updated it, so it may be out of sync already. So anyway, here we go. We're just live right now directly at you. We were having some technical difficulties, y'all. So the music, as much as I would love to, you guys want to go with the little bump music that I have? No, right? Let's just go ahead. I do get a little bit more pumped up when the music come out. So we're gonna go backwards a little bit, y'all. Check out the countdown. And if you're catching us on replay, go ahead and drop down Replay Squad. Woo! What's good, what's good, what's good, everybody? Welcome, welcome, y'all. Welcome. We are, well, there it is, there it is. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the broadcast. Yes, yes, y'all. Yes, yes, y'all. Yes. The boys are back in town. We're bringing it live to you. Woo! Come on now. Let's go. Let's go. Mr. Fusion himself. Chris Stone. These guys have been busy all week. Busy as always. Woo! There it is, there it is, there it is. Yes, 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 yes. Come on in, everybody. Welcome, join us in the conversation. Join us in the conversation, everybody. Hang out with us down below. Everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, everybody. This is your boy Lemdrops, Lemuel, hashtag Lemdrops, and I have these fine gentlemen with me today. The amazing Amazon Live bros. I don't know if we all agreed with that. I kind of put it together as that. They probably are cringing every time I say it, but they say, "Well, we're on Lem's YouTube page.
We're in Lem's house." Right? There we go. There's your name.
But
we're in Lem's house.
Whose house? Lem's house. For those of you that are linking in from all the links that I sent out throughout the social media spaces, seeing that we're still waiting for Lemdrops to come in. Well, it's because the link was broken and we are in a new live link. So if you want to share it with your friends, family members, dogs, pets, parrots, please let them know that the new link is up and we are live here. What's going on, gentlemen? I am always so pumped. Every Tuesday when I am with you guys, those times I've been with you guys, it just generates a new level of inspiration every week. So we all need motivation every day, they say. So let me get to sharing a little bit about who we are. And I am an Amazon Live influencer. Let me start with myself. And I go on live every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 3 p.m. We deal pretty much on photography and live streaming. So we talk to pro photographers on Tuesdays and live streamers on Thursdays, and just talk about gear and some stories that we have, and just have a good time over there. And the place to go for photography and live streaming. These guys are also doing this stuff, but for my page and my store, it is shop.lemdrops.com, and I take the lead from these guys who put their own spin to the Amazon link. So that's shop.lemdrops.com. And to my left,
that would be me.
To my right is the one and only Jim, the Fusion Man. How are you, bro? Welcome.
I'm doing great. Great to be here. Great to see everyone. Yeah, Chris Stone and I have been busy. We were honored to be able to speak at PodFest pre-week last week, VidFest about Amazon Live, and telling people we spoke last year, but it was more about how to get started. This time we got a little bit more into some of the things people want to think about, maybe didn't realize that even in the last few months we've learned, part of it by being a part of the Amazon creator family, as I like to call it, that's been created over on Facebook, thanks to Clubhouse, really, because that's how we met Chris Williams, and we met DJ Mastermind, who's right down, well, now he's moved because he changed his camera without telling me. But over in the middle there, to my left, I think, or I don't know, I get all confused with these cameras. And but yeah, we've really, more people keep coming in. The nice thing about it, and Chris and I talked about, Stone and I talked about how this is a lot like the PodFest community. Everyone's supportive. It's not like anyone's trying to say, "Oh, I want all the links. You can't have any. Nobody's going to buy from you." So I think that's the important thing, right? It's about collaboration, not competition. And yeah, just excited to be here.
What's up? And now, so let's get to our other friend, his partner in deals. I was going to say crime, but they don't do crime. They do deals. One and only Chris Stone.
You know what's funny is we made a joke. It was 2 or 3 shows ago, and you guys were calling it Deal Busters, and it is Deal Casters. But what was funny is I was watching Doc and Eliseo and on their stream, and I was chiming in, and Diana was on there as well. They were talking about cameras and whatnot, and everybody's just kind of chatting, and Doc saw me, and he goes, "Oh, that's Chris Stone, and he's, him and Jim do this show on Amazon called Deal Chasers."
Deal Chasers. That's great.
I'm like, listen, it's like live casting and podcasting, and not one person has said Deal Casters. It's like,
that'd be like calling Lemonade, right?
Yeah.
Bro,
Lemonade.
Let me tell you something.
It's like saying, "Oh, but that's my boy Orange Drops." It's like,
get it right. You know what's funny? June 8 and I were online last night talking about balance. I don't know if you guys caught that live we did on Unpacking on my own show on Monday nights at 8 p.m. right here on this channel. But somebody made a mention. They're like, you guys should do lemonade. Lemon, Juneade, lem, and aid. And to turning lemons into lemonade. And we're like, yo, that's lit. So anyway, go ahead. We're talking about
I'm Chris Stone. I'm with Castahead at castahead.net, and I join. Jim allows me to join him on Amazon Live for Deal Casters, and we're at dealcasters.live. And we were honored to be able to speak at PodFest this week. Of course, I can only speak once. Jim gets to speak like 3 times because he's got more Twitter followers than Chris P. Giles, DJ Mastermind. So.
Speak up. Nice segue, brother. Nice segue. I like that.
That's so good.
I like that. Is our brother over here, and how come we missing him here? Let me see. Where are we? Where are you, my man? Where are you?
Don't worry, guys. We're professionals. We do this for a living.
There you go. We do this for a living.
There's a group called the Ecamm community that can help you with this.
That's which I am a moderator.
SOS EcammLive community.
Oh, that's great.
Oh man! All right, bro.
That's
Yeah, go
so
ahead.
funny. That's hilarious. What's going on, everybody? I'm Chris, aka DJ Mastermind. I just rebranded the show thanks to the Dealcasters. They gave me such a great idea. It is now Tech Talk with Chris.live, and you can catch me on Amazon Live talking all that tech stuff, tech streaming and gaming. So super excited to be here as always, fellas. Appreciate you guys for all the great ideas.
That's cool. So you got your URL, and Lem, you got one too.
Yeah, I just did a
well,
subdomain. I did a subdomain under the Lem Drops kind of brand. So
now all you got to do is put it everywhere.
Everywhere.
That's the idea.
Everywhere.
like you know, you have to get it all of the brands or all of the avenues or whatever it is that you're trying to get to. But anyway, we are here talking about some of the things you guys actually, the Dealcaster gentlemen, that you guys are talking about when it comes to driving extra traffic into your spaces, into your live streams in Amazon and into your Amazon stores for follows. So I want to talk about that today, just to see how we can increase the viewership and also the followership of your stores. So go ahead, guys, because it's impressive.
Chris, do you want to, because I know you had some stuff, I don't know if you wanted to screen share or
yeah, what do we want to talk about, like Taplink or
yeah, let's talk about Taplink, because
podcast?
that was something I got to talk about today, and I'm sure there's some people that were still kind of like going, wow, how'd they do that?
Yeah, so if you guys don't know about this, about Taplink, and you know, there's other things called Linktree is what a lot of people use for Instagram. But yeah, obviously on your profile for Instagram and for Twitter, you get one link, right? And so what we use is Taplink, and it's not very expensive. And what it allows you to do, this is the experience that you get as your link on Twitter or your link on your Instagram bio. And so you can brand this thing and put banners. You can have animation on each one of these banners. And so obviously, you know, for us, we want people to go to our Amazon live show and our storefront. So if you click any of those banners, it's going to take you to Dealcasters Live on Amazon. You'll be able to watch a show. We get those clicks. But you obviously have other things. You can put your idea lists, your Amazon shops, of course, your YouTube, and then any of your things. But this is the thing that we launched last week, was our podcast. So we do a lot of interviews on Amazon Live. It's not just about talking about products, which we love to do as well, and you know, talk to Amazon Live viewers and kind of work through, you know, podcasting and live streaming gear that they want. But you know, we're able to put these podcasts actually in and have them stay within the app themselves with an embedded player. So this is just another way to sort of keep them in the environment, keep them on Twitter or on Instagram. And of course, if we want to send them anywhere, we're sending them to our Amazon shop, to the Amazon Lives, and you know, just being able to listen to a podcast, having one link instead of those weird call to actions on any social media, whether it's, you know, Instagram or anything else for that matter. It could just get really weird. And so this is a different one for my own, go to my profile. This will show you I did some animation here. So you should be able to see some animation here where it's my official site, and then these things are, you know, you could do like a heartbeat thing. You can embed YouTube videos. You can have them autoplay. So when someone hits their, you know, you can automatically play it. I decided not to do that because I kind of hate it when people do that on websites. But anyway, all that stuff is like, you know, being able to do that and have that experience for people is just another way to put your link out there and get people onto your Amazon Live. And of course, you know, have some extra cookies before you go to bed with some warm milk.
For those that do not know what cookies he's talking about that 24-hour cookie that Amazon drops into the app or to the phone of the person that comes in and clicks any of the links that you have in there, and it stays there for 24 hours. And hopefully within that 24 hours, they buy something and it generates some nice crumbs for you. Yeah, you don't get the whole cookie, but you do get the crumbs. And a lot of crumbs can create some good cookies, bro. So that's Taplink, huh? What is actually I know you guys have your own. Is that like a landing page for every link that you would have? Is that what it is?
You can do so many things with it, right? Chris put banners in has a clickable link in it. So if you click on that banner, it takes you to where we want you to go, like the Amazon Live. It's taking you straight there. You can actually, with the version we're on, you can even embed forms. Like if you want people to sign up for information.
Okay.
It can even accept payments for classes. And the beauty about this link is not only can you use this link on your Instagram and your Twitter, but really it's a HTTPS link. So you could replace this on your LinkedIn. You could replace this on your Facebook business page, because it is in a sense a landing page, in that you're giving people choices of where to go. Because a lot of times, if you think about websites, if we're not careful and we send someone to a website, they get lost and they don't know what to do next. They get overwhelmed and they go somewhere else. So this is more of that single call to action, kind of gets to the whole, click the link in bio, and click this. And you can also slide the stuff up. So say right now you want to focus on like watching your show, like, click the link in bio and go with the first link, which says, catch the live show. And it'll even take them to the replay if you guys are using the redirect link, because that redirect link is going to take them to the last actual show that you had. And that's, I think, the other good thing about that link.
We're looking at it right now. I don't know if you guys seeing the thing that I'm sharing here. So is this a free? There is a free.
Okay. But we went ahead and got the annual. I think it's the pro, or is it business? I can't. There's 3 levels, but it was $54 for a year. And for what it'll do, plus you're going to get measures on how much activity you're getting on it. Yeah. You get those kind of analytics. I think it's definitely worth the investment, especially for the type of things that the 4 of us are all doing.
Oh, this is fantastic, man.
You just ruined the live stream for me, man. I'm over here on the side like, oh man, let me make this while we're talking.
Yeah, so Lem, if you want, I'm sharing my screen. I could show you kind of the interface really quickly. It's really easy to just kind of brand it up for yourself.
Okay. Yeah, let's check it out. All right, hold on. Let me get you up here. Yeah, let's go. Are you up? Oh, you're sharing it from the PIP. Okay, let me bring it in.
Web, yeah.
Let me bring it in. Yeah. Okay. You're on. Do you see it? There it is.
Oh, there we go.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so you basically pick this template. And so like right now, I kind of don't like this. I'm going to change it, make my face bigger, and take away probably that cast ahead. It basically takes your Instagram handle and puts it underneath it. But you can add whatever branding you want underneath it. So if I want to say Chris Stone and put cast ahead, this is just a banner that I put in there that's a clickable banner. So if you want that first thing to go to, your most important thing, these are all animated, and you can, this is obviously going to the Dealcasters show. This is going to where our podcast is from a mobile perspective. But like any of these things, you can just, if I want to add a block, you just go here, and I want to add, let's see, let's do a Lem Drops video. I'm going to put you on my...
Getting a class here.
Yeah, I know. This is great.
And I put the link to Taplink in the comments too for folks that want to check it out.
Is this affiliate to make sure that we're connected to an
Yes.
affiliate? Okay, great.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Here's a
Because
little
we're about
inception.
the affiliate, y'all.
Hey, Jim
We're the
said-
Amazon
Jim said
bros.
His mama ain't raised no fool, man.
That's right. That's right.
So I can have this. I'm going to have the live stream that's happening right now, autoplay, and I'm going to drag it to the top.
Wow.
You can customize this like crazy. You can change the backgrounds, you can add banners, you can add whatever. So I'll just go ahead and save this. So there's our live stream. Now, right now, if you went to this link, I'm going to drag it all the way to the top. If you went to my Taplink right now in my Instagram or in my Twitter, you'll watch this live stream. It'll be right at the top.
Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and.
Chris, you just solved how to go live on Instagram.
Oh, snap.
I
What?
just saw that.
Exactly.
What? Wait
If you
a
want
minute.
to see me live on Instagram, go to my bio.
Chris
You just
Stone,
put
let's
your
take a
live
look.
stream right at the top.
Chris Stone,
Boom.
let's see here. Let's see.
Mic drop.
So
Go
you got
to,
tap link here.
At,
All right.
Go to @aheadcast or @castahead
I'm
on
here.
Instagram.
Oh, wow. Look at that. You're right. Oh, it's video unavailable. Watch this video on YouTube. So I have to go to YouTube.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
But that's okay. That's okay.
oh, that's right, because it's a YouTube. Okay.
Yep, that's it. Nice. That's fantastic. Wow. Yeah, it's okay. It's a redirect. You know, I mean, we may not be able to go live. I'm
Yep.
loving it. Wow.
Video unavailable. Watch this video on YouTube, and then that link sends you there. Okay. Because I pasted a YouTube link. Jim, would we be able to do this with RTMP, I wonder? We RTMP'd it to a website. And
There
brought that
might
link.
be. You might be able to do an embed link. I think there's some other choices in there. I wonder.
So this is, folks, this is live at you hacking taplink.cc.
This is what we do. This is what we do like all the time.
And you all
Yeah,
are
this is
part
part
of what's
of-
happening right now. So this is fantastic. I love
Stone
it.
and I have this disease of we're always breaking things.
You're in the tinkering.
Lem, are
Yeah,
you
we're
able
tinkering.
to? Are you able to RTMP during a live stream from whatever platform you're using?
I don't know.
Maybe with Restream he could.
You know, like
Because
like bounce a restream right now. All right, let me see. And then I'll throw you guys the link. Is that what we're doing? Let's see.
we would RTMP it to your site to your site and use that link in Taplink, and that would play a live stream in Instagram in the bio.
Copy link for mobile. Huh. Let's see, how does that work? I am should I don't even know how
It's just the URL that they're giving you. Try it.
I have no idea what
I think
I'm
you
doing.
guys stumped. I think you guys stumped Lim. He's like, hold on, guys.
We are professionals.
I have to take all morning to prepare for a show, and now you want me to do this live? There.
No idea what I'm doing now.
Anyway, well, we do know it's something for us to tinker with more, because we literally, Chris thought of that while we were doing this. But even just the fact that you can put a YouTube in there, like say while a show is going,
Yeah.
and maybe tell people, like, you know, because you could put the link in ahead of time if you think about it,
Right.
and make that a post and say, hey, catch our show tomorrow, go to the link in our bio. They click it, it takes them to YouTube off of Instagram. That's not even a bad idea. I think that's actually pretty cool, right? Because a lot of times, right, you got to get to 10,000 and do that whole swipe up to get a link. Well, here you got a link to a video without having to leave Instagram.
That's pretty amazing.
Yep. So
I
I
think
think
it's
that's
amazing.
Yeah,
that's
you got to serve up the links to people, because it's like if you just go, hey, I'm on, blah, 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 and it's like people they're not listening. It's like, here we are, I'm live, boom,
Yeah.
serve it up, and that's what we're looking. That's why we do the redirect for Amazon. That's why we do this kind of stuff, because it's like no one does even a little work, you know. They don't. So you gotta serve it up.
You gotta spoon feed everybody.
Yes, sir.
So
Yep.
that's fantastic. I'm gonna definitely take a look at that. That's Taplink. Make sure everyone. Jim just dropped the link on YouTube. Make sure that you click on that link instead of going directly to Taplink, so that we can let the affiliate system work. But you guys are also doing some. I saw that you guys are doing podcasting, and how is that happening for you guys?
I will tell you, and all credit goes to Mr. Stone, who is a podcast expert, because I don't think he likes the word guru, but he's
I don't know if I
repurposing.
like expert either.
he's repurposing our previous episodes with some of our great guests that we've had, and we've been amazed with. We really haven't pushed the marketing of it as much as maybe you would think, and I think we've been extremely pleased with the number of downloads that we've already gotten on it, and so yeah,
Let's see what Rich says.
We're moving up in the podcast world as well now.
Says Rich says, can never give a Marine good things. They always break them.
Oh, wow.
Very true. Very true. And we like to
He
eat
didn't
crayons.
use the word soldier, though. He used Marine.
Yes.
Yeah, I already know, and also casters.live, and I'm slow. I'm slow, but I can be taught.
That's good. That's good. That's there's hope for you.
There is hope.
But yeah, I think it's the other thing that we do is in the show notes, we have links to the video that was originally played. We have the transcript of as well, and so that's also, I think, helping us get some SEO for the show and getting people back to the show. We've created an idea list for each specific episode that Chris is dropping into the links as well. So even if they just want to check out what the gear was we talked about, now we have an idea list for it as well.
So my question is, do you guys have you seen a direct result of what you're doing into your Amazon lives?
Yeah. So what we do is, because Amazon has podcasts, you can put the podcast in your carousel, and so that's gives us an opportunity. Jim and I are working with other podcasters.
Say that one more time.
Say
that one more time. You can what?
Here, I'll show you. So you can drop your podcast into your Amazon
shop?
carousel,
Or your carousel.
right into your shop. So
that's blowing my mind right now.
Sharing the screen.
That's what we do.
Like, huh?
That's what we do. We're here
To blow people's minds.
Yep.
How?
So if you would, I'm sharing. So pop my screen onto it, and I'll show you real quick.
No, you're in there. You're showing it.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I haven't. Yeah, go ahead.
Seeing Jim.
You know what it is?
so-
I'm doing preview mode, and I'm forgetting to keep publish since I'm new to the preview mode. But we're at it.
These Ecam guys.
All right. So this right here is our podcast.
Ecam. We're gonna start
And
throwing
so-
gang signs. Ecam, come on. Now, does the podcast have to run off of the Amazon platform?
It's
The one
it's
that you put in your
it's-
carousel.
Yeah.
So here it is on Amazon. Wow. And so anybody can listen to it for free. And just like we've got merchandise, we've got shirts and sweatshirts, which, by the way, I don't know if you guys know this, but you get anywhere from 15 to 30% on that merch.
10 to 15% on the merch.
Yep.
15 to 30.
15 to 30. Now,
So
you
if
can't.
you've
You
ever done
don't.
merch with a print on demand. They're usually like hardly anything, like 3 to 8% at most. And like, so the Amazon merch, like that's a huge percentage. You'll just get paid for somebody purchasing that. Of course, Amazon's taking a larger cut, but nowhere near as large as like Printful or TeePublic or all these other companies that people use to make their merch. So you could use, just plop them in your carousel. We buy them for people and we buy them for our guests. And so we put them in our carousel. We put the podcast in the carousel. Then people can click on it and listen to it for free on Amazon Music. And It's
Who
just
knows?
another
Maybe they'll
thing, and then
subscribe.
Now, question: Do you guys upload it to the Amazon? Like I said, to the Amazon system or environment? What would we call it? The Amazon sphere?
just you deliver it like any other podcast. So, like that's
probably going to be a conversation that we
for
have.
the last number of years.
That's a conversation we're going to have because I'm interested in the podcasting. We definitely, hey Kim, welcome, Miss Smith, welcome. Definitely
Kim?
something that you guys got to school me in. I don't know about you, Chris P. Chris G, you need to be schooled in podcasting as well.
Apparently, I thought it was as simple as I just strip my audio off the videos that I'm making. Apparently, I have to actually talk about something that means something now. I can't just joke with the audience like I normally do to get my little Amazon sales. That's so interesting.
But you could to Miss Eileen's point, you could do a flash briefing. Now we haven't created a flash briefing yet for this, but I could potentially see where maybe you could add a flash briefing to the
Speak a
carousel
little bit
as
what
well.
a flash briefing is, because
basically
that's new
it's
terminology
about
for us too.
I want to say it's like anywhere from like a 1 to 10 minute audio clip that you put on Amazon. It's specifically called Alexa Flash Briefings. I hope I have all my Alexa devices off. And people can subscribe to it. So as an example,
I'm
a
getting
show that
blown away. Whoa, there's so much information here right now. Overload. I'm going to replay this multiple times. Holy moly. What? So Amazon has a way for you. What?
Has a flash briefing. Oh, yeah. So you get subscribers to your flash briefing. And so as an example, you could subscribe to, a lot of times people think like you could say,
welcome,
Alexa,
Eric.
I want to subscribe to, Miss Eileen's flash briefing. So every day when I say, Alexa, play my flash briefings, it'll play this 2-minute clip. So sometimes what people will do is it's like it can be daily, it can be weekly, you set it up, but you basically say, when you subscribe, like you can have ones for your local weather.
Yeah.
They're free, right? The only thing you got to do to create them is create an Amazon developer account, which is also free. But like I help Christian Karasevich with his show Social Chatter, and he does a flash briefing every week where it's like a recap of what we talked about. So you can embed the flash briefing on your website as well. It's got a player for it. And so you get subscriber counts. So this kind of goes back to, if people start to see that you've got subscriber numbers and all this is how people get, in the big scheme of things, this is how you get sponsorships, right? You got to show the numbers.
Listen, let me be
just creating an ecosystem, or we call it the flywheel of bringing people back to Amazon. That's what it's all about.
Let me just be transparent to everybody. I brought these guys. We're coming here every Tuesday. Hopefully, that's something that we're doing. We're trying to come here every Tuesday at 5 p.m. to do Amazon deep dives, and so we were here to just kind of talk about some ways to bring other avenues of traffic into your store, into your lives, and really, in my mind, we're going to talk about podcasting and maybe emailing and giving people a chance to be part of a mailing list.
And we haven't talked about Instagram shopping yet.
Just give me a minute. I'm going to catch up.
This is what happens when we don't do this every week. We've got too much stuff to talk about. We have so much.
It's been like 2 weeks.
Jermaine has my emojis right now. Those are my emojis right now.
Yeah, Jermaine.
Seriously, my mind is getting blown because I'm thinking about emails and podcasting, and these guys got me on Taplink, and now we're talking about flash briefings that I've never. This is the first time. The only flash briefings I know is if there's flood.
You're thinking of Flash Gordon,
Flash
right?
flood.
Flash flood. I'm sorry, the Filipino got in the way.
Somebody should create an Alexa flash flood briefing. Oops, sorry, Alexa. Let me mute you. Sorry.
So what you're saying is I need to actually use my Echo Dot that's just been chilling. I bought like last year.
Exactly.
I don't even know what it does.
Yeah, Jermaine is asking a question, and I know you guys are in the chat. Can you guys drop your flash briefing?
Well, we haven't done our flash briefing yet. That's the next step. But
next step.
Yeah, we've already
that's
carved
their
out.
next step. What is our next step? Try to figure out what they're talking about, right? Chris
I have
G.
a hard enough time going live on time, man.
Wow, gentlemen. You are blowing my mind, but let's continue
Well,
on.
just think about this. So Lem, you do interviews with great photographers. You've had a couple of that I know, at least that you've told me about, and that I've seen of some really high level, great photographers. And of course, that's all. A lot of it's visual, right?
Right.
Well, some of it is fine to listen to. Like they're giving you tips, you know, that if you're listening to them, they can apply. Podcasting is just a different lane. Like people are going for walks, people are commutes, all that other stuff. So why waste content letting it sit in one lane? There's all kinds of other lanes. You just have to be smart about how you repurpose it. I think there's a lot of people that will take something and then they'll just like use the same thing and spit it out into 48 different channels. And that's just not the way to do it. That's not the way we do the podcast. We're like, if we do a show that's visual and it's just Jim and I talking about something and we're showing and we're going, okay, look at this and look at this. We're not going to make a podcast with that because people listen to that and they're like, this is garbage. I'm listening to you talk about something you're looking at. It's lame. So, but when we do these interviews and we talk with somebody for 30 minutes about stuff and they're actually talking about products and they're talking about things, well, what a great opportunity to put our link and our, the cookie and all of our stuff into something. And instead we create these idea lists on Amazon for the click because, we had Jennifer Watson from the Weather Channel on. She had this whole weather preparedness thing and all of these kits and what it's useful for. And I thought to myself months later, well, this isn't going to be a great podcast because it was so visual. And I went back and I listened to it. I didn't edit out that much because she was talking so much and giving people a bunch of great information for storm preparedness. So it became a great podcast. And so I was like, all right, well, we're going to use this as, all over the place. And think about this. When you go live, you're up against there are 35 million YouTube channels. There's less than 2 million podcasts. And only a third of those 2 million are actually active, meaning they've put out content in the last 90 days. So you're really only up against about 500,000 people in the podcasting space. But in the live streaming space, think about how many people you're up against and the algorithms and all that. So you create a podcast, you can eventually be in about 90 countries. And, it's an opportunity to take your content, repurpose it, and again, have some cookies and milk before you go to bed.
So that's right. How many countries are we in now, Chris? In a week and a half?
Right now, we just launched last week and we're in 14 countries. It'll take about 3 months for us to be in about 90 countries. That's just it. It takes a while for things to build up. Now, it could be sooner, who knows? But right now, I just want to be in those 4 that Amazon's Amazon,
Canada,
is
UK, India. We're coming for you.
India is a big one for podcasting. It's huge for podcasting. So we're gonna have to get that bank account there, Jim.
Wow, you got what's funny for folks, they don't know obviously, but we have actually a text messaging group, and what's funny about it is because I think Chris had asked, whether or not we're going to go on or give us what are we going to do today, what we're going to talk about today. And we were supposed to be here last week and we just didn't have the chance to get together. Some of the schedules just didn't match. But what's funny is I said, well, what we're going to always do every day, and that is take over the world, Pinky. And I guess I wasn't lying. These two, not only are they thinking about it, they have a road plan for world takeover domination. My goodness, man. Wow. I'm blown away. What are you saying, Chris G?
I was just thinking I was trying to be the king of Amazon Live, and apparently, that's why they left it to me to be the king of Amazon Live, because they're going to be the king of anything digital that comes out of the internet. Like,
it's fun. It really is. I mean, I think, when Chris Stone and I started this, it was like, let's see what happens, and it's been a lot of fun. It's like, Chris, talked about last week. We You know, we had someone at the end of one of our shows say they were starting a podcast because of the stuff Chris had talked about with podcasting equipment. We've had other people say they're going to get started live streaming. I mean, and so for us, it's about helping people. And we've had some guests, you know, the podcast we just released with Mitch Jackson. I mean, Mitch Jackson, if you don't know him, he's called the streaming lawyer. I think right now he's even like ranked like one of the top 50 public speakers. And he's all over Clubhouse and Twitter Spaces. And he had us on a Clubhouse last week to talk about Amazon Live. And he's actually
you guys did a
Amazon
fantastic
Live
job,
creator.
by the way. I was on pretty much
Thank
since
you, man.
the beginning of that
Thanks,
show. It was just so fabulous.
Yeah.
You know my
And,
caveat with that one. I'm not gonna talk about it here. Go ahead. Talk about my boys, man.
right.
Tell those
But-
people to
but,
follow my boys.
It's all good.
But the thing is, it's right. It's just it's getting that exposure, but he was helping people on our show think about, like, as a professional services company, how could you even use things like Amazon Live, right? By bringing on experts. I mean, even in a sense, what all of us are doing. You know, Len, when you're bringing on these photography experts, you're teaching people how to use these cameras, or maybe say, you know what, I don't need the Sony A6100. I'm going to get the Sony ZV-1, which is what Chris just did. You know, saved himself a few bucks.
Did he use
You
my?
know-
Did he use my link? Did he get cookie? No.
I don't know.
know.
I don't know.
Sorry.
Wasn't on
Sorry,
our shop.
man.
All right.
I don't know. I mean, it just the Steelcasters.live links everywhere. I mean, it's just I couldn't help but use that cookie. I mean, it was just too easy.
That's right.
That's right. We get a couple bucks back off the purchase, right? But yeah, it's just, it really, you know, and learning so much from the community. I mean, Tiffany Allison is crushing it. And I tell you, what I never had thought of until I started following her was the fact that you can, if you've got a Facebook business, like if you don't have a Facebook business page, here's a good reason to do it. You can get a Facebook shop. And once you get that shop, you can get approved for Amazon or Instagram shopping. Well, you can add a product from Amazon, put that affiliate link as your website link, and then you post that picture. Like Chris could take a picture of himself in his Dealcaster sweatshirt. We can tag that in Instagram, and people could be buying our sweatshirts, you know, left and right. We're not handling the logistics, right? That's between them and Amazon. But there's another way to get more stuff out there. And then maybe you get the people also to start watching your show. So I think it really is something I had never even thought about before. And so once I saw that, it's like, wow.
I have to say, you know, I have allowances for Facebook and Instagram shopping, and I've never. I'm just like, what am I gonna sell here? You know,
exactly.
And because I don't have products on their shelf, so to speak, and I'm like, you know, and I didn't even consider this. This is fabulous stuff, you know, because let's say for me, I have about 25 or 26,000 people on Facebook and Instagram for followers over there. And I mean, they're very like, you know, they're not very engaging when it comes to anything that looks like I'm trying to gain any type of support from them. You know, it's like I put up my link and only like 2 people will see it. I put up a meme and there's like 100,000 people, you know, engaging with that meme. So it's always funny. So I try to put it in a meme. But anyhow, I was just thinking, now that you guys are talking about it, even just 1% of the 25,000, which is what, 250 people.
It just takes
Something
one
like that.
to get those
Takes
crumbs.
one.
Just do a
And they
meme.
tell
Just do
2
a
friends,
shoppable
and
meme.
so on and so on.
That's what I do. I did it. You know, the first thing I did was a shoppable meme, but I was like, I only had uploaded my my shirt, a few merch on it, and I was just like, just 2. I'm like, boom. And now you guys are, man, you guys should come on my
Think
show
about
to
it.
talk about it.
You could take a picture of like your setup from your side and say, this is my studio, and then you're tagging every item in your studio, that's in Amazon.
That I did.
And you could be
that I
writing
did, but
a
that's on
post.
Amazon. I never did that.
No, but do that in Instagram with Instagram Shop. Upload those specific items that are in your store, in your studio, in your Facebook shop, and then it'll let you tag those products in an Instagram post. And I know that DJ Mastermind, he got on this platform because of Instagram, so he should be all over this.
DJ Mastermind.
And if anybody misses it, they can always go to that tap link in the bio, and you just put it right there at the top. I mean, it's like, serve them up, dude.
Right. Make it easy for
found
people,
money.
right?
Found
DJ
money.
Mastermind. What do you say for yourself?
That's all I got, man. I literally have nothing. I literally have a page full of notes right here of like,
Holy moly.
why have these guys been holding out for 2 weeks?
We just learned. We just learned.
We share what we can, man. It's like whenever Lem wants us on the show, man. This is, we're just trying to, Lem's too busy like having Clubhouse rooms about funk. I want to join your funk room, man. I love flying the
Isn't it funk?
And
Like, did I misspell it? Did my Tagalog come in? Did my Filipino misspell funk? I thought funk was spelled properly, F-U-N-K, right?
yeah, man.
For those that do not know who,
I don't know what your channel rating is.
For those that do not know, we host Clubhouses on Tuesdays at 11 and Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're trying to give to everybody in the community. So today we were talking about balance, and this coming Thursday, you guys need to join. We're talking about losses that made you a winner. What did you learn from losses that made you now a winner? So we'd like to hear about people's losses and how they translated that to winning. So that it's going to be a powerful conversation, I think. But anyhow, so we got Taplink. We have Taplink. Now we have this Amazon, not
Flash briefings.
Flash briefings.
Podcast.
And we got 10 minutes before 6 o'clock. So we're going to have a hard stop here. What do you guys have some more for our consumption? For our mind that's already blown.
Is that not enough for you?
Is that not enough? I've already got to do a replay.
Are you not entertained?
I don't know if I got it all on this page.
Are you not entertained enough?
This is crazy.
I think. Well, I don't know that we've gone into this yet. This could be a whole episode, but we learned about this program called Lately.
I heard about that.
Lately.ai.
Yes, please.
And
I heard that from you guys. I was listening to your live stream.
I say we. I really should say Chris. He drops the video file into the software, and within, I'll say less than an hour, Chris, right? For all the different, because you have to split it up if it's a long file. It literally spits out, sometimes probably hundreds of clips, and it gets smarter as we use it because it uses AI to say like, this was the nugget from that video.
Look at Chris.
And then we can add to it. We can make the clip longer, and then we'll put it on Twitter, and it has a link back to the original Amazon broadcast. So we're serving that up on Twitter 24/7. Here's where so-and-so, or it could be like, here's where Dave Jackson was talking about his favorite microphone. And we could tag the manufacturer, and then boom, they're right back to the Amazon Live with the carousel that had that product. And, all these people that... and
Monte says what he missed. Dude, you probably know them already because you're the guru, but holy moly. Did you ever miss something?
And we just had Kate on our show. Was it last week or the week before? Week before. And it's amazing software.
For me, whenever I was having to take a bunch of content, like a 45-minute interview, like what I do outside of just the Amazon stuff is in the business that I have is out. It will send me files that are like an hour-long interview for a podcast. They're video and audio. And when I need to take that and create social media that is, compelling and clickable or whatever, the amount of time is not like the actual sort of editing and putting nice graphics and all of that stuff. That's not the time. The time is finding that nugget, finding that thing that's about 45 seconds to a minute that basically is the best part of an interview. But you have to watch all of that interview in order to get that moment. But what Lately does is you just take that thing and it already knows all of your social media, what everybody's tweeting, what everybody's talking about. You feed it a bunch of words, all kinds of keywords. You feed it all that. And then the artificial intelligence takes that video, transcribes it, and spits out like 120 different little pieces of content. And I just find one. I'll go, boom. That's the line. It'll be an interview from months ago, and I'll go, oh man, I totally forgot about that. And so I'll just take that and I'll give it a little, like I'll make sure that it's the right length, and then it transcribes it. So whatever they're saying is going to be exactly typed in, but I'll just reword it and make it so that people, when someone sees it, they're compelled to click it. And of course, the video's attached. And then I'm putting in the link and the hashtags and all of that stuff. And then I just schedule it out for months. And it's just, you just try not to get too crazy with the amount of posts that you do. But there's a bunch of schedulers that do that already. But they don't have artificial intelligence woven in. And that's the key. And so you could schedule an interview that you did, Lem.
Yes, sir.
And, from a photographer, and have that link going right back to that Amazon show that you did live every time. And it will just find all of those nuggets from your interview, and you just schedule it out, and you don't even know. I'll wake up in the morning and look at Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or whatever, and I see a bunch of responses from stuff that I put together 3 months ago. And so you just jump in and then engage. You don't always have to be live on Twitter to tweet. You don't always have to be, we'd never get anything done if that were the case.
Right. And and I put the link in there. They don't have an affiliate program, but I put the link in the chat as well. But this program has definitely been, I would say, content creation changing for us, because I remember before thinking about, okay, I'm going to take this 1 hour video and have to go through manually to find that clip, and then have to decide what program am I going to use. And this is even transcribing it at the same time. It's not just the clip, it's giving you the verbiage that was said.
You're kidding.
No.
How much is this? How much is this, Jim?
It depends
it's not
on
cheap.
What you it really depends on what level you want to get, but I'd say it's probably for the full-blown version, which we think is worth every penny, a couple $100 a month.
A month?
Yeah.
Wow. Couple hundred.
Worth every penny.
But it's worth every penny. How much would you pay someone to go through all those videos and do it for you?
Probably $500 a month.
Pays for itself.
To bring out maybe 4 or 5 content a week.
Right.
It's like having 3 people on your staff. Somebody that's combing through your content, finding it, transcribing it, serving it up, and then all you got to do is, their whole phrase is, they get you to third base, and you're the one. Your voice takes it home. And so that you add your own brand to it at the end. Like make sure it's got your hashtags, make sure you're tagging the right people, you're using your voice, because sometimes what is said by you or said by your guest may not be your voice. This is the face of everybody right now.
That's the face of everybody right now. This thing is just.
So they actually, for those of you that might be on Twitter, there's a YouTube channel called Gary V TV. Yes, the Gary V. All the content on that channel, which is now up to 12,000 followers, is created by Lately. And they serve up that content through Lately. And it's amazing. So you can see some of the clips they have on there. They don't always use video clips, but when they do, it's pretty amazing.
Let's run through it for a minute. What are they saying here?
Yeah, so if anybody goes to my Twitter or Jim's Twitter, I'm at Aheadcast. Jim's at Fusion Marketing, MKTG. not the full word marketing.
And even our Dealcasters.
Dealcasters, you go to @DealcastersLive.
How about
You'll
the tap
see,
link?
all of those videos that you see that are tweets that have an embedded video, those are all coming from Lately.
Yep.
Wow.
I go in, I'm pulling out the right clips and, tagging the right people, and I basically take, in order to schedule something out, a couple hours a week doing all that stuff.
Wow. So you're talking about taking this feed, for instance, feeding it into Lately, and what you guys shared about Lately will show up.
Yeah.
Yes. So I could take this video that we're doing right now, when it's done, I download it to my hard drive, I can feed it into Lately, it'll transcribe the whole thing and find all of those nuggets, that nugget of Chris Giles going or whatever, that little clip, I can take that and it'll find it. If you basically feed it keywords and it knows where the right sweet spots are. Wow. The AI does. That's worth every penny, dude.
We've got a lot of silence. The minds must be blown.
Bro, I gotta go take a nap before I can even get back to work. But you guys just work my brain too hard.
It looks like Eileen wants post links in the chat.
It's right above your comment, Eileen. Miss Eileen, it's right above your comment. Fusion Marketing Jim already posted it above you.
Yep.
Gentlemen, I don't know if we could take any more because you guys have done, I don't know. If it was cookies, you gave us the whole dough. All right. You didn't even wait for it to rise. You didn't even wait to cut it up.
Stomach ache.
You gave us the Nestle House, Toll House, but the cup.
Nothing but the best for our friends. We gave you the best cookies,
bro. Hey, Lib,
and
whatever you do,
we're always happy. And now you guys have to realize that Chris and I went through this mind-blowing stage ourselves as we started to figure out that this stuff could be done, and we were kind of surprised. Like, in some aspects, it's like, why aren't other people doing it? Maybe it's because you don't know what you don't know is kind of that famous phrase. And that's why I think it's always important to work with other people, because we learn from each other. We don't always see things in the same light.
Eileen's looking for your website, Chris. I think this is Chris Stone, right?
Oh, you don't want to go to his website.
Yeah, you can go to my my card table in the flea market that is my website, which is currently under construction, but it's castahead.net. And yeah.
Just question, gentlemen, are you redirecting your website to the Taplink, or what are you guys doing now for the Taplink? Because I
will be doing that, because mine's under construction, but right now, I mean, the website that I have up is like not up. I haven't updated it in a long time, just because things have changed for me. So I've got somebody working on that, but I'm going to have it redirect to that Taplink so that people can connect with me, and when the website is ready,
they will come.
It will. Well, hopefully,
but
we'll have the unveiling.
Before you drop what you're gonna drop, Jim, just to answer Ruth, we are looking to make it every Tuesday at 5 p.m. so Eastern time. All right, so get here, take a look at these good-looking people every single Tuesday. Watch replays. Yeah. Check out the replays below us, and make sure you follow these gentlemen because whoa. Go ahead, Jim. I'm sorry.
Yeah, what I was going to say, but the other thing you could do from a capture standpoint is in Taplink, you could create, like, take your whatever email marketing program that you have, that landing page. Like, I use ConvertKit, and you could say, like, hey, subscribe to my newsletter. When they click that link that you put in Taplink, now you're capturing them on a landing page. And if you've got an email marketing program like a ConvertKit or a MailChimp, now you've got emails as well. So you can put all that inside of there. So in some ways, unless you're really putting a lot of stuff on your actual website, this is a great way to really not need to overinvest in it in some aspects.
So let's say that one more time, because my mind just was like 3 bumpers before what you just said something about Taplink, right? Can you say that again? Because my brain, I'm trying to catch up.
So do you have an email marketing program, Lem, that you use right now? Like
Not
you
yet.
use
No, sir.
MailChimp?
No.
Okay. So programs like ConvertKit, which I actually highly recommend because and I can talk about that on a different time. You can create a landing page, right? You can even have video in it. So you could have a link on Taplink that would be like, subscribe to my newsletter. When they click it, it's going to open up in the landing page format. It's going to ask for their name and their email address, and then they're going to opt in. Depending on what you did with that landing page, it could even start what we call an email sequence, where they'd get an email, thanks for subscribing. Would you like to learn more about, what we do, or learn more about our Amazon show, whatever. And then they'll get a sequence of emails to kind of give them whatever it is you're serving up.
And this is a sequence that you set up, obviously.
Yes. But you don't have to have them go to your website to do that. But now you've got that email list that we've been talking about. So you could maybe say, subscribe to our go live email, right? So whenever you're going live, you send an email out to that list with the link to your Amazon show. So now they can maybe put it on their calendar, because I think that's part of the challenge for us as live streamers on Amazon is it's not, even though there's the follow feature, right? They don't always get notified.
Yeah.
So now you can serve up a way to get that information out in advance. Like, hey, we're going live today at X o'clock. And even if you have that link, because then you can make it a pretty link as well. Because you could take that nasty looking Amazon link and just call it,
shop.lemdrops.com.
Right.
Yeah.
And then it'll take them to that specific episode out of that email, even if it's the replay, because they weren't able to watch it live.
Wow. What's the website again, my brother? I'm going to drop it into the comment section over here.
You mean the email program?
Yes, sir.
ConvertKit is the one. Pat Flynn recommended that. That's why I started using it. He knows a little bit about
.com or
I think let me double check. Convert.
A lot of people use ConvertKit, and I'm not a fan of some others, but like MailChimp and some of these others.
Right, that's what I've had. I never really even gone into it.
Yeah, convertkit.com.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people use ClickFunnels. I know that it's kind of that whole thing is kind of waning. We've never really been, Jim and I have never really been big users of the whole ClickFunnel thing. But that's the concept, right? Is to, if somebody's clicking on something, you want to be able to say, hey, here's something else, or whatever. You don't want to be a nag. I mean, eventually they can unsubscribe if they don't want to hear from you. But I feel like all of that kind of stuff is found money for some people. And the real disconnect with a lot of people, especially entrepreneurs that have busy lives outside of just their businesses, is they leave money on the table. And that's what we're talking about with repurposing. That's why we do podcasts. That's why we're doing the stuff with socials and all of that stuff. It looks like I've got some friends that are like, dude, do you sleep? I'm like, yeah, I do. I sleep well. I do. I don't spend, I don't work, 20 hours a day. I have, but, if I'm working towards a deadline or something like that, but you got to utilize this stuff and let the robots work for you a little bit, because making money while you sleep is the secret for entrepreneurship, man. That's it.
Yep.
To freedom. It's money while we sleep.
And it's so I'll give you a Marine Corps thing we used to say, because it kind of equates to what Chris is talking about. It's easy to be hard. It's hard to be smart. And so when you think about working, it's about working smarter, not harder.
Easy
and
to be
so
smart.
When you take a program like Lately, and it saves us literally hours, if not days, it goes back to investment versus cost. People but it costs a lot. No, it's an investment. Because there's no way, if Chris and I were both working at it, that we could put out the amount of content that Lately does for us, we would spend just what we value as our own hourly rate would far exceed what it does for us. And I think that's sometimes the thing that we miss as entrepreneurs, is we have to get out of the way of like, oh, I got to do it all myself.
Yeah.
Because then you'll get nothing done.
Yeah. Wow. Your time is money. So I'm going to pay something that's going to take away more time than it's worth. So, and that's where that investment was 100% worth it. I mean, you guys invest in your gear, your camera. And it's not just about, like it's taken you hours, each one of you guys, it's taken you guys hours and hours and hours and hours to have the knowledge that you have, your expertise that you have, that you're sharing for free, but it's valuable. And so, you have to almost look at it like that. Like the time you've spent for all of that stuff is valuable to someone else that they'll pay for, because they just want an easy button. And, sometimes that button says Lem and sometimes it says DJ Mastermind,
So, I mean, gentlemen, I have to say this, and I think anybody that's been listening to you guys and to us for the past hour and a few minutes, you guys just incredibly dropped some value that is just amazing. Is there a way for us to give back apart from just linking and following and all these other things? You guys have a class, you have, what are you guys doing?
We're working on that. I mean, that's something that we realize that, people are going to need help. If somebody, as an example, an Amazon Live creator that really doesn't have, like, say, the skill set that like you gentlemen do, we're looking at maybe helping them from a consulting standpoint of like walking them through that process, but also maybe creating some classes that kind of teach people some of these things. Because, otherwise, like, we all keep answering the same questions over and over. It's like, why not put it out there in a format that makes sense? And I think some of it,
and
like,
it's a lot. It's a lot to keep, and I realize, like, we're just talking about it, and just kind of blah, 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 and you guys are like, whoa, slow down, and like, Eileen's like, wait, whoa, what was that link? And like, everybody's kind of, so yeah, we understand. It's like every once in a while we have to kind of like, back it up, slow it down, and, try to help more people as opposed to just kind of like, talking, about it all. But, I think for Jim and I, we just want to hear from, people that, were affected positively by what we're talking about. Right. So if somebody got something out of it, I'd love to hear. If somebody goes, hey, I used Taplink and it got me this, or, hey, I'm doing this on social because of this little tip. I mean, that's the kind of stuff. It's like Jim talked about it earlier. We get to the end of our Amazon Live and somebody says that they're starting a podcast at the end of our Amazon Live. That's, man, they could have bought 4 ATEM minis with the cookie and I wouldn't care. It's like when you impact people's lives, that's really what we love to hear more than anything.
Yep.
Well, folks, that brings us back to the giving economy, the thing that we're trying to do. And you know what, gentlemen, I've been trying to like harp on the giving economy and kind of make it the talking point, but I realize the giving economy is actually giving value. So whatever is the talking point is not talking about giving. It's actually giving. You know what I mean? It's actually going ahead and providing value to the folks that are following you and those that may follow you in the future, and folks that actually will funnel it down, because what you're sharing us will share with other people. And yeah, you guys are the genesis for these knowledge, but I'm sure that there was somebody ahead of you, like, as you said, Pat Flynn and these other guys that are actually sharing this, and also these developers, right? The developers of the apps themselves. And back in the day, I had that mindset like, oh, I'm trying to get Photoshop, through right. what is that? A torrent. It's through the torrent and see if I could bypass the payment and go ahead. And then when you're back up, right? And then you realize when you finally have the software and you're working at it and you're like, yeah, this software is really awesome. I need to go and find a way to give back. And you just feel terrible that you actually stole the first time. But somebody, yeah, exactly. Somebody said this. I think I heard somebody say, you just got to give it all away. Why? Because nobody else can do it your way. And much like what you guys did, the only response for me is, how can I get this, guys? How can I respond and give back to these guys that just totally might have changed my life? And because listen, if we start applying Lately,
don't forget us little people, Lem, when you make it to the big league.
you guys are the pinky and the brain. What are you talking about? You guys are taking over the world. Tomorrow you'll be at the Louvre over there in Paris and taking over, and they'll be raising up statues for you guys there. So I'm just saying. We just generate givers, just open up people to give back, and so can't wait for avenues for you guys to be able to give you. But do you guys have a buy me a coffee or something like that? I mean, I've dropped my link here for those that may want to, return the value that we've given here.
We probably should create one, Chris. I mean, we never really think about that, because I think and I see Ruth's comment in there.
Yes,
I think. I agree with you, Ruth. We want to be able to help people and not feel like, every time you talk to us, it's going to cost you, $1 million, kind of a thing, because not everybody is at that point, and I think there's a lot that we can share. I think, going back to your point, Lem, I mean, and that's one of the things I love about, like the stuff that Doc Rock shares, right? It's like, and I'm, buying him a coffee, but, by having the ability to share with people, right? And get people to move up to that next level, right? It's that whole, in BNI, they call it giver's gain, right? When the first act of when you give, right, that's also the first act of receiving. And I think that's very
definitely
powerful. So, I feel like, Chris and I like you said, I think we feel blessed that we got to talk at VidFest not once now, but twice. And that was because we invited Chris Krimitsos on our show with no, expecting nothing other than having a great interview.
Yeah.
And he was thankful for what we did and opened his eyes. And now he's, had us back. And if we have other opportunities arise where we can help some of our fellow creators, that's what we're going to do. Because it's not about us.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people don't realize, and we touched on this when we talked at Podfest last week, and that is, if you got a show on Amazon Live and you're an approved Amazon influencer, I know there's a bunch that are watching, like Kim and some others that are Amazon influencers. I don't think you realize just how few people are going live on Amazon.
Yeah,
and you don't realize how, when you ask somebody to come on your show as an interview, if that's something that works for your show and you have the ability to do that, Jim and I would have never gotten these level of guests to be on our show. I wouldn't say never, but we just said, hey, we're doing a show live on Amazon, and here's what our show is like. Show them some stuff or whatever. Boom. Yes. Like, they're like, everyone kind of gives you that little head turn. Like, Amazon? Really? Because, there's a lot of people, they still just don't really even know.
They need to see that clip about the exotic. Ooh, that sounds exotic.
Exactly. So that was done by Lately, by the way. And so, like, if you're an Amazon influencer and you have a dream guest, go ask them. Ask them to be on your show. They may say yes. It's right now, there's a ton of people that are like, they have no idea that this is actually like a huge, maybe they have a book. Maybe they have a ton of books for sale on Amazon. Why not go live and talk about it for 30 minutes? And all of a sudden you got this content with your dream guest. So that's just another thing. I think if you're an influencer, you really do have an opportunity on Amazon as a first in person to take it and take advantage, because you never know. I mean, Amazon could tomorrow decide they're not going to do this anymore. But I know that, I'm going to work to, eventually get off the rented land if that happens. But while it's happening right now, I'm going to try to light as many fires as I can to see if I can get those crumbs, gather them up. So
Bro, it's so powerful to me. I'm getting emotional as we speak, so we better start closing this up. No, I don't know. I'm feeling. It's probably because I'm heading close to the 50s now. But they're starting to well up, and so I need to close this out before it becomes really emotional.
Issue.
Yeah, exactly. Do you have a link?
I'm not crying. You're crying, Lem.
Do you have a link for more testosterone, please?
I do actually.
Do you have other? Never mind. Let's just stay at the testosterone level.
Well, I mean, you're crying about almost being in your 50s, right?
Yeah, right.
I'm about halfway through mine. So
You're looking fantastic.
well,
I just got here.
House.
I'm close.
because of the bourbon. It tickles you.
Doc said don't close. You gotta catch it. You gotta catch the replay, Doc. Man.
Replay squat. Doc is powerful. What these gentlemen has dropped today. Me and Chris Giles. We're like the front row. We're like these guys just drove us like across Canada, through Alaska, back to China, then brought us back again. And Chris G and I are just like, bro, they just brought it literally.
No,
Like,
we got to recap for Doc.
list.
Here, well, let's recap for Doc. We spent the entire time talking about how Sony cameras are better
Then Canon
across the board.
That's
than
right.
Across the board.
Then he would
entire
have.
time.
Doc has really said, "Man, I really need to replay now."
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, y'all, I know we all lead a very busy life, so I'm about to get started on my church broadcast in a few minutes. So four things we talked about today. Just to recap, we talked about Taplink. A way for us to bring all of our media spaces into one space and be able to click in it and do all these different things and possibly be able to go live even in that space. Then jump into Flash.
Oh, the flash
Well,
briefings.
podcast
briefing.
and flash briefings on Amazon. Yeah.
Flash briefings on Amazon. We did talk about podcasting on Amazon and flash briefings on Amazon. So we talked about 5 things. Flash briefing, which you have to replay in order for you to hear about because it's too good for me to even talk about. Then they talked about Lately, right? The software that
Lately.ai.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Lately.ai, software that would enable you to chop up your whatever content that you feed it and push out as many content that you want to be reposted everywhere. It is a costly software, but it is, sometimes cost doesn't mean anything if it's providing you what you need it to have. And what it gives you, what it gives you, you need to realize that sometimes it's just part of doing business, right?
Yeah,
Taxable.
y'all
Anyway.
won't hesitate to drop $1,000 on a camera. I mean,
It's
what's
true.
a couple $100 for something that's gonna take away like 15 hours a month from you?
I mean, that was the mic drop moment. I was like, oh yeah, he's right. I got all the gear.
That's right. Now, we got all the gear to make the content, but the mini content we can't provide because we have no time to chop it up.
Waste.
And I was thinking about having a virtual assistant and feeding them these things to be able to chop them up. And I was thinking I'll pay X amount of $100 a month in order to get that virtual assistant just to cut up my videos so that I could repost stuff, And yeah, I mean, it's worth it. And lastly, we talked about ConvertKit. Which some of us already know about. The other 2 or 3 things, it's fairly new.
Well, and
I've heard of
using
ConvertKit.
Instagram shopping as a way to use your affiliate links at Amazon.
See, this is the reason why my brain is everywhere on the floor right now, and I need a vacuum cleaner. Maybe somebody send me a link because I need something to sweep up my brain from off the floor that these guys blasted my brain in. But we'll be here next Tuesday, y'all, going deep dive into Amazon Live. That's right, we rhyme. Deep dive to Amazon Live with these gentlemen. We're calling ourselves the Amazon. Well, I called ourselves the Amazon Bros. They are just giving me the grace. But anyhow, until next time, everybody, thank you all for joining us. For those of you that are watching us late, go and press that replay. We out of here, gentlemen. Thank you so much, guys. One more time.
Thanks, man.
Dealcasters.live. Talk tech with Tech Talk
with Chris.
With Chris.live. And right now, shop.lemdrops.com. Until next time, everybody, if we have provided value for you, like this video and share it with other people. Peace. Where is the audio? Doc's in the house, y'all. The good doctor. The one and only.